Cherie Hanson here. It's been running around in my brain lately, the concept of being self-assured. And I've been rolling it around and dissecting it and letting various information come in about it. And this is something that you can see about a person almost immediately. The way that they walk into a room, the way that they stand, the way that they sit, the way that they hold their head, if it's up or if it's collapsed into the chest, the way they hold their shoulders, everything about a person, their voice, their eye contact, the pace at which they talk, it all signals out to other people. I am self-assured. Now, the question is always, how do you get that way? And the answer comes in the word itself. Assurance, confidence. And we go to the other words such as self-confident. We look at the fact that this assurance and this confidence does not come from outside people. Once you're past your childhood, the first 7 years of your life, a lot of people get the kind of care and love and security and consistency that makes them very self-assured. They go out into the world with the magic cloak on. Not that I'm superhuman, but that I am human. And there's the very seed of it. So how does a person become self-reliant, self-confident, self-assured? Well, if you missed out on that sense of being special, of being someone who it doesn't need to go for plastic surgery, spiritual therapy, extreme yoga, liposuction, all the possible ways you can change yourself, that you can manipulate yourself to make yourself more acceptable or more consumable by a society that sees people as objects. All of those things can be done from outside, but they won't change your self-assuredness. The only thing that really changes that is for us to wake up to the concept that we are in a relationship with ourselves. And that is something that a lot of people don't understand. We don't have elders. We don't have wisdom givers. And I don't know about you, but not in my family. There's nobody that was holding this coal of wisdom that could start fires of self-confidence in people. We are in a place where we need to seek that wisdom from outside people. That's where I have gotten most of the advice that has helped me grow my self-assurance, my self-reliance. And so we go about establishing a relationship with ourselves that would be the same thing like we have in a relationship with any other human being that is on the face of the earth. First of all, we make contact. And here's the big issue. This is such a big issue. You say to people, how are you feeling? And they go, I don't know. Or why did you respond that way? I don't know. How come you collapsed your body and your shoulders went down and you went into a self-protective posture? I don't know. And so first of all, what we need to do is we need to be introduced. Hello, who are you? And we become curious about that. We greet ourselves with kindness all day long. It doesn't matter if you goofed up. It doesn't matter if you did something that you regret immediately. It matters that you accept yourself as you are, first of all. I often say to the people I'm coaching, what I want you to do is I want you to be like somebody who goes into a coffee shop and your eyes meet and you just fall in love. And you go, hello, I really like you. So it takes repetition. It takes a lot of repetition. It takes a lot of living intentionally. What I do, and I advise my clients to do, is I always congratulate myself on a victory. It doesn't have to be a huge victory. The other day, I was kind of walking around doing something, not focusing on, there was a little piece of a leaf that was on the carpet, and I stepped over it twice, and then I bent down the third time and picked it up and put it outside. And I thought to myself, look what you do. You actually do get around to everything. You do complete the goals you set for yourself. You want your floor to be clean and you just cleaned it. Is that a small thing? No, it's not a small thing. To recognize your virtues is not a small thing. And that is the way we become more and more calm and self-assured. And that is the way that we become more capable of compassion for other people. First with ourselves. It is not arrogance at all. People who are arrogant are people who secretly have a bad marriage with themselves. You know, they're all honey, this, lovey, that, and then they go home and start yelling at one another. And what's going on inside of me is really criticism and fear and a sense of not being good enough. So I'll put on this big arrogant costume and go out into the world and sashay around. People who really have self-assurance, you can feel it. You can feel it in them. There's a calmness, there's a warmth, there's a sense of acceptance of who they are, their humanness, their foibles, their habits, the things that irritate you about yourself, and you kind of look at it and go, look at you. You did that silly thing again, didn't you? How many times are you going to trip on that same throw rug by the door? And you can actually laugh as if you were looking at a child that you loved. You can actually laugh and you can actually encourage yourself. So when we haven't had loving, stable, consistent parenting, we are in a state where we have to consciously teach ourselves to love ourselves, and that's repetition. Good girl, good woman, look at you. So here are some practices that really are very helpful for that. And that is, at the end of each day, before you go to sleep, put your hands on your heart and your self-esteem center, which is on your belly, and congratulate yourself. Yesterday, I planted a couple of rows of seeds in my garden for fall and winter. Whoa, that was so good. Look at me, I got that done, and I have something that was on my to-do list that I actually got accomplished. I can trust myself to finish things I want to do. And then I saw all of these wires that were tangled up in a box, and I got them separated and put them into plastic bags. That's so good. It feels so good to live with someone who sets intentions and wants to live in an orderly, calm environment. I feel safe with me. So as you go to sleep, the thing that's going to be happening in your mind is you're incorporating the self-concept of someone who can be trusted, someone who can be relied on, and someone who is consistently loving and kind toward you. And that person is you. Thank you so much. Get a hold of me if you would like life coaching. It really works. It really changes everything. You get healthier, you get stronger, you get more self-assured, and you just live on a different planet. I want to thank everyone who is subscribing. Yay! And those people who are putting kind, sweet comments on my videos. I so appreciate you. I really am thankful that you are taking the trouble and reaching out to me. Thank you.